'08 Mazda 5. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna replace the valve cover gasket, which is this guy right here. I can take this cover off here. Then I'm gonna replace the all 4 spark plugs, which are right here. To replace this cover here, it's pretty simple. Just get these bolts out here. There's one here, some in the back there. These plastic ones here too. You gotta be careful getting these, removing these plastic pieces off here. And there's one on this side here too. And this side here, those guys are. It's pretty straightforward. You know, obviously you gotta remove the coil packs here. Be careful with them. This plastic gets brittle and it breaks. Then, depending on how much time I have today, I'm gonna replace the oil cooler, which is this guy right here. Here's the OEM part number. We're going with a genuine part here. There's another common issue with these Mazdas, they go bad and start leaking. And then probably tomorrow afternoon, I'll get to the I'm gonna change out the transmission filter. Now I'm not sure if I'm gonna put in new oil or just strain out the old one and put it back in. Car does have over 200,000 miles, and sometimes you replace the old oil with new oil and it does more harm than it does good. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on. The oil doesn't look that bad. It's not fresh, you know, like a new like new oil, but it is kind of dirty. So we'll see what happens. Car does have 200,000 miles, so we'll play by ear. So for now, yeah, I'm gonna get moving on this here, get this part removed, and then take it from there. This is for Macho. This is Macho's Mazda. See what happens. All right, so spark plugs were pulled out. You can see right, they're all covered in oil. This one's covered in oil. This one, somewhat. This one not so bad. But I don't know if you can make out in there. This one has oil inside. This one has a lot of oil inside. And this guy here, somewhat. But this one is really bad here. So that's indicative of a bad valve cover gasket. Sometimes it leaks on the outside, like the older 350s. Sometimes they leak in the inside. Like my Mercedes has O-rings in the middle where the spark plug boots go in. And they do tend to leak in that area there. So I'm gonna get these cleaned up in here. Clean this off on the inside with some solvent or something. And then I'm gonna take it from there. All right, so everything is disconnected already. You wanna unplug this plug here on this side. You wanna carefully get this off of here, pry it off. You wanna get this hose off of this breather here. This plug right here, you don't have to unplug it, but just move it up to the side back here behind this bracket here. Same thing with this one, pry the plastic part off. You wanna unplug this from here, from this part here, and then just carefully put it down here. And then these coil packs, just carefully lift them up, put them up to the side. There's no, you don't have to worry about getting them mixed up because everything is spaced accordingly. Everything's spaced out the way it came from the factory. So don't worry yourself about that. Just put it up to the side carefully and unplug this one here. Now, like I mentioned before, some of these plastic parts are gonna break off. If they do, it's no big deal. You can always zip tie them here, and this guy here, and the one in the back here, that guy right there. All right, so now I'm gonna pull this off now. All right, I forgot to mention to you too, this harness right here, you have to carefully slide it forward from this bracket right here. Just carefully slide it forward. You can leave that on there. Just get off to the side. All right, so. You want to be careful with these bolts here, because sometimes, see this sleeve in here? This one came off. See that? It's coming off. So just be careful with that. Press it back in. But I want you to see something here. This right here is the look how hard these things are. They're brittle. They have to be the original. They're flattened out. And they're the original ones. See that? No and one of this thing was leaking. You can hear it. See how hard that is? And this guy here is so brittle, it's flat, you can't even, it's almost level with the valve cover itself. So this gasket here, and this guy here, and then the main one here is gonna get replaced. We're gonna be using Felpro. They're a decent company. We've been using them for years, so never had a problem. This is the one I use for my Mercedes, so I never had a problem with them. All right, so all this is gonna get replaced now. All right, now that the cover's off, I like to wipe it down with a rag. Just get all that gook off of there. And in this groove here where the gasket's gonna rest, I like to use a Q-tip. Just get in there with a Q-tip and just meticulously go all around in this area in here where the spark plugs go to. Because I don't like using solvents on plastics. This is a plastic cover, so I don't like using solvents on plastics. There are solvents that'll clean it, spray cleaners like maybe CRC probably makes something for electrical that's good for this too, but me being who I am, I don't like using any type of solvent on plastic. So I'll just take my time with a rag, just go around and wipe some of it down, and then whatever's left behind I'll just hit it with the blaster, and then carefully get into the groove here and just go all around in here and just get all that gook off. I did these already in here, so this is all ready to go. And like I said, the rest of it I'm just gonna blow it with the air blaster. So the gasket's on. It's a good snug fit, just like it should be. The middle one's here too. I cleaned the cover as best I could. All that shiny stuff here, that's just oil residue. It's nothing to worry about. So this part of the job. You want to clean all this stuff out, like in here, all this stuff in here. See all that gook in there, all that mud. You want to get that stuff cleaned out. In here too, this spark plug hole, this guy here. Just get in there with a little towel or something, just wipe all that stuff out. Then I'm gonna clean the matting surface here all around. Careful not to drop anything in here. So if you're gonna clean, wipe away from it. You might have to scrape some of it out. See, like this right here. Yeah, this junk right here. See, like junk like this. You might have to scrape that away, but careful not to gouge the aluminum here. Something else I forgot to mention is see this front of the cover here that mats with the head of the cylinder head. You want to put a little dab of silicone here and up on this side here. Just look at the placement of the chain right here. You'll see the gap between this and this right here. There's a little silicone inside here, on top of there and over here. You don't have to get all retarded with it. Just a little dab so that it gets in there and seals the little gap between this part and the head here. All right, so everything's back on. All the plugs are plugged in. Everything's back where it should be. I torqued everything down to I forgot it was like 70 pounds or something like that. There's a sequence to do this, but yeah, I don't. There's no need for it. Usually you start from here, 1, 2, then you work your way around. But I never go by it. As long as you tighten it down in different angles, don't get all retarded with it. But everything is torqued down to 70 pounds. Everything, the plugs are back in, new spark plugs. So everything should be all right. All right, fire it up, see what happens. Fire it up, see what happens. So it's running better now. Before it had a slight vibration to it. Idling kind of funky. It's because of the spark plugs were original, believe it or not. 200,000 miles. At least I think they were. Because Marshall doesn't know when was the last time they were changed. So I'm assuming they were original or at least replaced maybe 100,000 miles ago. But she's idling nice and true now, so I'm gonna take on a little road test and I'll see what happens, and then come back to check to see if there's any leaks all around the gasket here. So the car's running fine now. Tomorrow I'll come back and maybe put on the oil cooler tomorrow, or change the transmission filter, and get my code, my scanner right there hooked up to it, and see what else I find. But other than that, right now it's been running nice and true. Like I said before it was running kind of rough, kind of shaky at the light when you had a traffic light, but now it's running smooth. So overall, it came out alright as far as this part of the job. So Monster should be happy.